Every time I visited a longhouse, I always feel mesmerized by the person who is weaving by the veranda, or we call it the ruai. Her hands would move so gracefully while she's wearing her sarong due to the hot weather. People who see her will often stop for a moment, watch her, and continue on working. Some, they may take out their cameras and start taking pictures. I believe some of you have done so. And some would even lean in and ask questions like, what are you making? Or how long does it take for you to make one? By the end of today's talk, I wish you see not how we preserve the heritage, but also how you, as yourself, can contribute to this ecosystem. Because heritage is not something we take down to admire, but it's also something that we inherit to pass forward. A few years ago, I visited a craft market in Kuching with my friends. There, I saw artisans from all parts of Sarawak come together, even the remote part, where the journey itself takes more than a day. They would bring all the products from the village to the market, and sometimes they will also bring the products of the friends or the family who cannot afford to come. There, they will put the products nicely on the table. They will sell beads, or rattan bags, or bamboo basket, anything that you can see in a craft market. When the doors open and when people start coming in, they will quickly put the empty boxes below the tables and they will sit down. They will smile at the passerby, and most of them are in their 40s or 50s. Because when they smile, I can see wrinkles in the eyes and also their lips. One auntie in particular, she is seen weaving something. So a lot of people stop at her booth, watch her for a while, and walk away, including me and my friends that time. We watch her for a few minutes, then I start ask my friend, do you think that the auntie can teach us something? Then my friend say, why not just go and ask her? So we approach her. Our first question was, hi auntie, what are you making? Then she say, oh, I'm making a hat. So I say, can you teach us to do some craft, perhaps? She stopped and she looked at me. Maybe she's thinking, am I serious? Then she said, what do you want to learn? I say, anything simple will do. Then she looked around on her table and she said, okay, come, have a seat. So this is me and my friend. We were sitting in the middle of the shopping complex that day and listened to her instruct us. What seems easy for her, because I say, teach us something easy, right? But it actually is very hard for us. She can do it in 3 hours, but for us, it takes us 3 days. We weave for the first day, we bring it back home. Then the next day we come, it's still not completed yet. On the third day, only we completed the thing. And we took a picture together. So what is that thing? I hold it on my hand. It's a pencil holder. Because I told her I'm a student. And when I finished that, she said, now you can put your pens in it. It was a very full of emotion night when I finished that, because the next day, she will go back to her village. And I don't know when I will see her again. So you see, there's a lot of projects carried out to preserve our culture. People build museums, heritage centers, cultural festivals, so that we are reminded of our traditions. But let's take a step back and ask, where heritage lies in the hands of who? Where does heritage lies? Where does it sleep at night? What are the houses of the heritage looks like? And which window does it look out to when the sun wakes in the morning? In this context, in the craft context, it looks out from this window. The skills, the knowledge are all in the mind of our artisans. And once they are gone, it vanishes forever. So it's a hidden treasure. If we don't preserve it, it's like we are giving a map for our younger generation to go and hunt for something that doesn't have a way. So we realized we need to build a bridge. It's just like how the auntie teach us how to do the craft. The connection, when our hand touches, it builds a passage where the knowledge is transferred from the older generation to the younger generation. In Sarawak, there are a lot of artisans who know how to do crafts, but they are of age. And younger generation like me, we don't know how to do craft. And not because we don't want to, because there are less platform for us to explore. So me and my friend, we started to think how we can let more young people around us to learn something about our heritage. So being not in the craft industry, it was really hard when you don't know anyone. And we started to go to another market, and we approached another auntie if she wanted to conduct a workshop with us. It only takes one person to believe in you and one person who wants to work with you, then magic will happen. So we meet one auntie, very fortunate. She said, okay, let's try something, because she also wants the younger generation to learn as well. So then we designed a poster, and we put it up on social media. To our surprise, people start coming in to the workshop. This is where the magic happens. Imagine you enter a room where people are busy, their hands are busy doing something. Their ears are open. They want to listen to what the artisan in front have to say. They don't want to miss out anything in case they miss a step. It's like a live performance. It's like the dance of the hand, where the participants learn about craft and the artisans share about their journey. Although it looks like it's powerful, but then it's not long-lasting. Because after the end of the workshop, participants go back, artisans go back. The memories only remains for maybe a few months or a few weeks, then they will forget. And the next time, when we host the workshop again, then that's another opportunity. And not many people can access it or afford those kind of workshop. So we have to think of something that can go beyond the workshop. It took us some time to think about it. Then we realized after a series of workshops, people actually ask where they can buy the materials. And the craft store usually sell in bulk. Like if you want to make a pair of earrings for your friend as a birthday gift. But you go to the craft store, you have to buy a large packet of 100 earring hooks. Who are you going to give it to? It's not really practical, and to make one craft, you need a lot of different resources, different materials. So every time we do a workshop, we package it nicely, all the materials that needed for one person. And when people who sign up didn't come to the workshop, then the other participants were offered to buy. It's like hotcakes. Hey, he's not coming. Can I buy this? Can I bring it back to my home? So then we come up with the idea to develop two kits. The kits range from something very small, like needles, threads, to beads, to a tool like a loom board, or sometimes when it involves weaving, we get from our artisans some weaving, bamboo. Then we put it into the two kits. It's like a bag. But then it's just a bag of materials, right? So we want it to reach outside as well, not for the people who just join the workshop and they can buy for them to practice at home, but we want it to be something that people can encounter someday and they can buy and they can still make the craft themselves. So we invited our artisan to construct a manual or instructions. We wanted to make like as if the artisan is there next to them, teaching them how to make it every single step, so that we can, so that people outside of Sarawak or even the global market can learn about our heritage too. So there's a person, she's very camera shy. She can be seen at every craft market, every craft event. She really loves crafts. She wants to learn how to make one. She ever shared with me. She learned from online, but the experience is just not the same. And when we posted our workshop, she is one of the first people who joined. And she joined every single one of them. When we introduced our two kids, guess who is the first person? She is the first person who tried it. She brought it home. It's like a new toy for her, a toy that can create wonders. So she likes to post things on her social media, so I saw her post. She done making the craft, and she take picture and post it on social media. And she even can give it as a gift for her friends or family during celebrations. So it's stories like hers is what make us want to do more, want to contribute more. Now we find ourselves at one intersection between the old and the young. And we are very, very lucky because we exist at the same time where our artisans are still there, very actively making crafts. So me and my friends and I, we want to capture this knowledge and share it to other people as well. There's a saying that says we are the preserver of our culture, but why are there not many people taking up this as a career? It lies in the intangible nature of it. People often overlook and they forget things that they cannot see or touch. And that is the knowledge of the craft. So how can we make the intangible tangible? How can we make it visible and accessible to people? The toolkits is just one of the way, and I believe there are a lot of ways out there as well. So as we leave this hall today, I want you to think about how can you, just being yourself, make a change in this world. You can be in a lot of industry. You can be a banker. How can you come up with initiatives to help our crafter to get easily accessible to funds? You can be a teacher. How can you integrate it into the education system? Or you can be an event planner. How can you integrate cultural element in it? It's not about changing an entire field of study into cultural preservation, but it's a collective of minds that come together to make a change. Thank you.